one interesting thing you document in your book is how names change over time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm John. Hello, you're Gene. It's probably
Mm-hmm.
harder now to find a John and a Gene, and
Mm-hmm.
this might change later. But I'm wondering if the boomers start making the thing where instead of having names where you kind of fit in, like Karen, John, Steve, you start having these kind of unusual. You start giving your kids unusual names.
Yeah. So this comes from, and this is such a fun database to play around with, the
Yeah.
Social Security Administration database of baby names. And Google it. You can play around with it yourself. And I did a bunch of analyses on this, starting with the boomers. So that means, their parents kind of started it, but boomers really took it next level with their millennial kids. Is
Hmm.
the idea that you should give your child a unique name. That the
Yep.
purpose of a name isn't for them to fit in, it's for them to stand out. And that's the fundamental shift in values that underlines that very important behavior of
Yeah.
naming your child. Um, and we can see that in, say, if you look at the uh, 10 most popular names for boys and for girls, and you can graph that over time. What percentage of boys and girls had one of those popular names?
Hmm.
And when it was baby boomers being born in the 50s, it was pretty high percentages. As much as
Yeah.
5% would have the most popular name, Mary for girls, for example, or
Hmm.
Robert for boys. Um, and for the top 10, like a third or a fourth, would have just one of those 10 names. And then that started to decline with the end result. And in the most recent data, it's about 7% who have one of
Hmm.
those names in the top 10. So, of course, which names are popular changes, but it's also that fewer children are given common names.